Welcome to Shop to Chop. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're somebody who's been here, thanks for coming back. Please remember to hit subscribe. That'd be awesome for us. The whole premise of this show is really, honestly, to figure out what we have and create something. We started off today with not knowing what we were going to do. And we kind of looked in our fridge, we went to the farmer's market, and we came up with an idea. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a pesto. Had a bunch of leftover basil, had a fresh block of parm, some garlic, some pine nuts, had everything I needed. And we got a little pasta. Let's go ahead and make us a pesto. So we're going to take about 2 cups of basil, 2 tablespoons of pine nuts. We're going to take about a half a cup of olive oil, 2 garlic cloves, and a half a cup of parmesan. That's it. We're grating our parmesan. You can use grated parmesan, you can use shredded parmesan, whatever you want. The problem with buying those store-bought parmesans that are already pre-grated, and I've got one in my refrigerator right now. I use it all the time. It's great for topping and stuff like that. But it also, some of it's coated with a starch sometimes, and so it doesn't help that emulsification because the starch kind of breaks that up. So it's always best, if you can, to freshly grate any of your cheeses. We're going to take the basil, pine nuts, and garlic, add them to a food processor, blitz them up until they're kind of smooth, then slowly start to stream in the olive oil until they become a paste almost. And then what I do is I add actually a little squeeze of lemon juice because that helps brighten it up a bit. It also helps maintain that green color because of the vitamin C. And then we add the parmesan, mix that up until combined, throw it into a little jar and get ready to serve. I don't necessarily salt it because, one, the cheese is already salty enough, but also, like, if we're going to make a pasta, I'm going to use the salt water from the pasta, salted water, to help emulsify that sauce and make it a little bit better. And so that then we can be able to control the seasoning and then top it off with a little parmesan. So we've got the pasta right where we want it. We're going to drain it, but first I'm going to reserve some of this really good starchy water because this is going to help with the sauce. And we're just going to drain it. I'm just draining it right out of the pan because I'm going to just put everything back in it. Now what we're going to do is add a couple spoonfuls of our pesto. 1, 2, there we go. We're just going to mix that up. I am going to add just a touch of this because I know this is going to add to that seasoning. I'm just going to mix this up. This is a really light pesto. Not a whole lot to it. Oh, if you could just smell it, it just is basil-y and rich. Just absolutely wonderful. Give it a check. Just a little portions of pasta. Make sure everybody gets equals. You don't want to get people yelling, I didn't get enough noodle. Let's add just a touch of grated parm to the top of this one, and to that one, and to that one. Yeah, let's give it a try. Great little pasta. Oh, the starchiness in that water allows for like a thick coating. You don't need to add butter, you don't need to add anything. The basil's bright but not overpowering. It's just a great little easy dish to do. I mean, we whip that pasta up. You can whip this pasta as quicker than it takes to boil the water. So while you're boiling the water, boiling the pasta, you can be making this up. It comes together just like that.